get the whole I wouldn't say process over, but trim it down a little bit so I can focus more on my senior season. When I could be going to camps or visits, I'll now be working out with my teammates and things like that. So.
Now, you said that you're going to be starting recruiting other players. I forget his name, but the safety over in Boulder. Did he reach out to you?
Hubbard?
Yeah.
Hubbard's one of my good friends. That was the person I shot at when I went up to Ohio State. Really what he's been telling me, he's really like the people up at Ohio State. He's the person that really kind of made me, I guess, notice that. But.
What would be your pitch style?
I'll probably go all over. Me and Deshaun. I know Damian Harris. I would say probably close to some other things, but really the people, like I said, the people around Ohio State or something, any other place. Really intriguing.
Justin, at the end of it, how tough was it? I mean, was it like a slam dunk? I mean, you knew pretty well right at the end this is what you wanted to do.
It was really tough. I would say the last 3 weeks until. I would say the last 2 weeks it was probably leaning towards Ohio State, but it was really tough, especially getting to know all the coaches, all the players, and everybody in my top 5 was great schools and definitely my top. But I would say that was the hardest one.
It's gotta be pretty cool for your parents to have 2 kids playing. I mean,
oh yeah. I think that was pretty cool for them because they always go up to Iowa, see CJ playing every time. But yeah.
Did he split allegiances now?
Oh yeah. That was one of the toughest things too. But he kept telling me, do what's best for you. Don't put that in the equation. Do what's going to make you happy, which has been a lot of help through the process.
Did you keep coming back to Ohio State being your home, your longtime favorite school? I mean, did you keep coming back to that for you, Justin?
It did at first. That kind of gave him the first off edge, I would say. I wanted to see every school equal and get a chance to make sure I'm making the right decision for myself. And that was tough because I got to know great schools all the schools in my top 5. Notre Dame, Iowa, Alabama, all those schools were great schools. When it came down to it, Ohio State's people around campus are awesome. I really love it up there.
A lot of top Cincinnati area prospects that go to private schools even have ended up at Notre Dame. Jay Sean's school's a pipeline, Notre Dame. I mean, how hard is it to turn your back on the Irish? Because it's almost like that was the program that has the Cincinnati connection even more than Ohio State for a while.
Yeah, I would say that was probably the school I had the most trouble with saying, I guess, no to, because people like Luke Massey, who goes there right now, was often recruiting me, telling me how great the school is and everything. But I definitely see the connection, the comparison to here at St. X. So I would say that was probably the toughest one I've seen.
With Ohio State, how much was the Cincinnati relationship with Kerry Combs? I mean, does that make you feel any different than, maybe even give you a connection that you might not have had if he wasn't the staff?
I would say so. Like I said, Kerry Combs was always a coach I've watched when he was at Coleraine. They had a dynasty. I think we're in 2 state championships in a row. But really, the thing about him, he's kind of family oriented. He gets down to business, which is great as well. But I've always looked up to him, which was pretty cool for him to recruit me during the process.
When you and Jay Sean had your back and forths, how hard was it? Was he ever a Notre Dame lean? And was that the school that you guys would go back and forth about the most?
Yeah, well, I would say the last year it was been going kind of back and forth. We would kind of tell each other how we really never had a set school until I'd probably say 4 days ago or 5 days, probably 5 days ago last week. But I would say that it was probably tough, going back and forth between probably Notre Dame, Iowa, and Ohio State.
Jashawn, get you two guys mixed up. No, it's just Ohio State got some pretty good linebackers in last year's class.
Yeah.
And they had a hard time finding the field, and obviously Mike Mitchell left. Just how difficult is it, do you think, making that next step?
I know it's going to be hard. I believe in competition. Whoever's the best player out there is going to compete. I have an overall goal of making it to the NFL. So I believe that if you're not good enough to start in college, then you're probably not good enough to play in the NFL.
So when you talk to Coach Fickley and stuff, what all did he tell you that they expect from guys like you? What are they looking for, you think?
Really, I would say you mean like
Yeah, from a linebacker standpoint.
They look at he said he needed guys with the box that are can read guards and can see from a linebacker standpoint. I guess he really liked the knowledge of my game. I got here from all my coaches here, Coach Beck, Coach Mack. I think that was the main thing.
Hey, were you surprised when Jordan Hicks picked Texas? I mean, like you said, you knew about Jordan Hicks.
Yeah. I was. We were neighbors actually, so we went to the same grade school. I've always looked up to him. I know his top was Ohio State and Texas, USC, but
yeah.
I was really shocked he made the long trip to Texas.
But what does it mean, I think, to you to stay in state? I mean, can you already sense the importance?
I would say I sense the importance. When I was in the recruiting process, that wasn't one of my things close to home. I really don't believe. I believe you're going to have a great time anywhere. But really, I would say the close to home, the Ohio people, I would say, was a big difference more than the location.
At the end of the day, was there something that Ohio State could offer you that like Notre Dame, Iowa, or anyone else couldn't?
I would say I feel like their football program is definitely going uphill. They've had an undefeated season. They rarely lose right now, and I feel like they're going more uphill than downhill than some other schools.
Did it get to a point where you knew the decision before Deshaun? You kind of recruited him or talked to him?
I wouldn't say so. We really didn't try to recruit each other. I would say that's like I said, it was more of a coincidence. We ended up going to the same school, but we definitely always knew that would be pretty cool.
What does